Hello students, today's topic is modulation and bandwidth requirement. In today's lecture, we will discuss on modulation, the need of modulation, concept of the bandwidth and the channel bandwidth and the requirement of the bandwidth. Now let us start with the concept of the modulation. In communication system, information signals such as voice, video, or binary data are transmitted from source to the destination over some communication medium. For example, voice signals are transmitted using wires in the telephone systems, and twisted pair cables are used to carry binary data from one point to another in a computer network. When transmission distances are far, cables are sometimes impractical. In such cases, radio or wireless communication is used. In a radio system, an electromagnetic wave travels from transmitter to the receiver through space, and antennas are required at both the ends for the purpose of coupling the transmitter and the receiver to the space link. As you know, the antennas convert electrical energy into electromagnetic waves and vice versa. If you want to transmit voice or audio frequency signals through the transmitter, first it is converted into electrical signal. Audio frequencies, after being converted into electrical waves through a microphone, cannot be transmitted through a transmitter. This is not impossible but quite impractical. So, for long distance communication at the transmitter, the signal is first modulated and then transmitted. To modulate means to regulate or to adjust, and in case of telecommunication, it means to regulate some parameter of high frequency wave by means of lower frequency information signal. Now, why do we need modulation? We can say here to remove the some hurdles in the process of such a direct transmission of audio frequency signals. That is, first, low frequency signals is highly susceptible to attenuation, and therefore it cannot be transferred to long distance locations. And if everybody started transmitting the low frequency signal directly, then mutual interference will occurs effectively. And third, the size of the antenna required for efficient radiation for source signal would be large. Consider the example of the frequencies. To calculate the size of the antenna, the formula is used, lambda is L is equal to lambda by 10, where lambda is the wavelength of the signal, can be calculated. Lambda is equal to c upon f, where c is the velocity of light. If you consider the frequency, higher range of audible frequency, that is 20 kilohertz, then the wavelength is equal to, if you can substitute there in formula, the wavelength found to be of 15 kilometer. Means it need to be construct the size of the antenna, that is length of the antenna is 1.5 kilometer, and it is impossible to construct this size of the antenna. But if we increase the frequency, consider the 1000 kilohertz, then the is reduced, length of the antenna is reduced to 30 meter. If the long distance transmission is required, then we need the modulation of the signal, because if the frequency is increased, the size of the antenna will be reduced. Now, what is the advantage of this modulation? As we have discussed, the about the size of the antenna is reduced, and this is the advantage of the using the modulation technology in communication system. Due to modulation, the wideband signal is get converted into the narrowband signal, then more conveniently the signal can be processed or transmitted. Third is no signal mixing occurs, that is interference. Fourth is reception quality is improves due to the modulation process. It is found that low frequency signals get attenuated at a short distance, whereas high frequency electromagnetic waves do not get attenuated very fast in space and are able to travel over long distance. Thus, if low frequency is used for the same distance received, signal strength will be less, and so there is a poor reception. To eliminate the drawbacks of low frequency signals and to radiate them, modulation is necessary. What is the need of demodulation? As you know, the demodulation is the opposite or reverse process to the modulation. Means here the information signal or the message signal can be extracted in this process from modulated signal, and also to vibrate the diaphragm of telephone receiver or a loudspeaker, the high frequency, using the high frequency, it is not possible. So we need to vibrate the diaphragm of telephone receiver and loudspeaker, we need a low frequency signal. So that's why the demodulation is required. There are different types of the modulations. CV modulation means continuous wave modulation and pulse modulation. Under CV modulation, there are two types: amplitude modulation and angle modulation. And under angle modulation, frequency modulation and the phase modulation are the two types. In pulse modulation, under the pulse modulation, there are two types: analog modulation and digital modulation. In analog modulation, again, there are three types: PAM, PWM, PPM. And in digital modulation, PCM and delta modulation. We will study these all modern techniques in next lectures. Now, let us discuss the concept of electromagnetic waves and electromagnetic spectrum. What is electromagnetic waves? These electromagnetic waves are the transverse waves. In these electromagnetic waves, the oscillations in electric and magnetic fields at right angles to the direction of the wave propagation. What is electromagnetic spectrum? The entire range of frequencies of electromagnetic waves is called as electromagnetic spectrum. There are wide range of applications of these electromagnetic waves. Frequencies used for cell phone, radio broadcasting, for Wi-Fi. Some high frequencies are used for medical purpose, that is to kill the cancer cells. Now we shall discuss the concept of bandwidth and channel bandwidth. So what is bandwidth? The portion of the electromagnetic spectrum occupied by a signal is called as bandwidth. It is also the frequency range over which an information signal is transmitted or over which receiver or other electronic circuits operates. Bandwidth is the difference between upper and lower frequency limits of the signal. As you know, voice frequency ranges from 300 Hz to 3000 Hz. The upper frequency is 300 Hz and lower frequency is 300 Hz. So the bandwidth will be 2700 Hz. The bandwidth required for transmission of various signals is different for each signal. It basically depends on bandwidth occupied by baseband or modulating signal. When information signal is superimposed on carrier signal, the resulting modulated signal occupies a small portion of the spectrum surrounding the carrier frequency. In modulation process, sidebands are generated at frequencies above and below the carrier frequency by an amount equal to the modulating frequency. This concept of amplitude modulation and the sideband frequencies we will study in details later on. Now, what is the concept of the channel bandwidth? In amplitude modulation, maximum modulating frequency is 5 kHz. If carrier frequency is 700 kHz, the sideband will be produced as 700 minus 5, that is equal to 695 kHz, and 700 plus 5, 705 kHz. So the bandwidth equal to 10 kHz. The range of frequencies required to transmit desired information is called as channel bandwidth. So in above example, channel bandwidth is 10 kHz. The electromagnetic spectrum is finite only a limited number of signals can be transmitted in the frequency spectrum, because signals transmitted on the same frequency or on the overlapping frequencies will interfere with each other. Therefore, it is necessary to minimize the bandwidth required to transmit given information so that more number of channels can be accommodated in the frequency spectrum. Use of higher frequencies for communication signal of a given bandwidth represents smaller percentage of the spectrum at the higher frequencies than at the lower frequencies. For example, 10 kHz wide amplitude modulated signal represents 1% of the spectrum at 1000 kHz. It will be calculated 10 kHz by dividing 10 kHz to the by 1000 kHz. It will be 1% of the spectrum. At 1 gigahertz, it will be 0.01%. This means, 0.001%. This means there are many 10 kilohertz channel at higher frequencies than at the lower frequencies. So, more spectrum space for information signal at higher frequencies. The higher frequencies also permit wider bandwidth signal to be used. A TV signal occupies a bandwidth of 6 MHz. The electromagnetic spectrum is one of our most precious natural source. We should make the best use of this finite spectrum. A considerable amount of effort goes into developing communication techniques that will minimize the bandwidth required to transmit given information. This is all today's lecture. Thank you.